All right, let's jump right in. We're about to unpack this really fascinating, kind of complex fictional world that asks a huge question. What if the very structure of our language, of all language, held a secret about the nature of reality itself?
So the story kicks off with this really powerful idea. It suggests that our grammar isn't just a set of rules we made up. It's more like an archaeological dig, a fossil record holding the deepest quests of our species. It's a hook that might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew about the words you use every single day.
And that is the core idea of the fictional book we're exploring, The Grammar of Unwitnessed Fires. It's a massive thought experiment about what happens when humanity finally figures out that this ancient grammar isn't just a record of our past, but a living code woven right into the fabric of the universe.
Now, the first half of this story, it builds this incredible grand vision, what the author calls a cathedral of coherence. It paints a picture of reality as this elegant, totally unified, and ultimately readable text.
At the very heart of this vision is a concept called the anterior structure. And look, this isn't just some theory about universal grammar in humans. No, the story imagines this as a fundamental property of the universe itself, kind of like physics or math. It was here long before we were, and we didn't invent it, we just stumbled upon it.
And here's the cool part. This discovery isn't made by just one person in some lab. It happens everywhere, all at once. A linguist finds it in ancient tablets. A mathematician finds it hidden in music. A traffic analyst sees it in the patterns of a city. And get this, a 9-year-old girl just speaks it. It's this beautiful idea of a universal truth just breaking through everywhere.
So you've got these brilliant minds all working separately, right? But they're all pulled together, like magnets, by this invisible structure they've all found. They don't find each other through some website or conference. The grammar itself seems to orchestrate their meeting in Reykjavik, turning it into the epicenter for this incredible revelation.
And when they finally get together, something absolutely monumental happens. They call it a phase transition. This isn't just them having a big aha moment. The story describes it as the instant the universe, through them, becomes self-aware of its own structure. They stop being just observers. They become the tools through which reality finally reads its own source code.
But just when you're buying into this beautiful, perfect, elegant vision, the story slams on the brakes and pivots hard. It asks us to think about everything that grand narrative leaves out. Welcome to The Residue.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? The contrast is so stark. Instead of the cosmic meeting place of Reykjavik, you get a drab, unnamed District 7. Instead of a grand convergence of genius, there's just a simple slot in the wall at some office. That sublime phase transition gets replaced by the simple reality of having adequate days. And the search for perfect coherence runs right up against everything in life that just resists.
This is the real gut-punch question of the second half. Life is messy, you know? It's full of static and contradictions and things that just don't add up. So what do we do with those parts of life? Are they just errors in the system, or are they something more?
The story explores this through this fantastic bureaucratic term, outside processable scope. In any system, that's an error, something to be filed away and ignored. But here, it's flipped. It's presented as the system's most honest moment, the point where it admits its own limits. And the story argues that right there, on that edge, that's where the real story is.
This quote just hits so hard. The residue isn't the garbage left over after you've built your grand theory. It's not a failure. It's the part of reality that was too raw, too honest, to be packaged up neatly. It's the unvarnished truth that the beautiful cathedral of coherence just couldn't handle.
Okay, so now we have these two huge, seemingly opposite views of reality. One is this cosmic, beautiful symphony. The other is the quiet, messy, everyday static. So, which one is it? Well, the story's final answer is pretty amazing.
This is the question we're left wrestling with. Are we living in a universe that has this profound, hidden meaning just waiting for us to find it? Or is the real story found in the mundane, in just getting by, in the small things that don't fit into any grand plan?
But here's the beautiful twist. The answer isn't to pick one. The truth is, you need both. A cathedral, no matter how magnificent, is just a drawing without the solid, messy ground you build it on. And the ground, that mundane, everyday life, it gets its deeper meaning from the cathedral that gives it all some context.
So you have to see them as two parts of the same whole. That beautiful, transcendent experience in Reykjavik, the phase transition, it's real and it's profound.
But it is only possible because of the millions of adequate days lived by people in countless District 7s, people who deal with all the messy residue that falls outside the processable scope.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Where does true meaning really live? Is it in that moment of perfect clarity, that beautiful answer at the end of the quest? Or is it found in the struggle itself, in all the messy, contradictory, stubbornly real parts of our lives that refuse any simple explanation? The text suggests the real story needs both. What do you think?